Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, please subscribe to this channel and I'm gonna love you for that. But to my old friends, my old subscribers, thank you for always coming back. I do appreciate you a lot. I love you guys so much. So today's video is a very different kind of video. Can I say different? No. But if you have been following me for a while now, you know I've been talking about my birthday. This is my birthday month, August, and my birthday is in like 5 days time, and I just felt like this is the right time for me to drop this video. Yes, I don't know when it's gonna go up, but maybe before my birthday, and I'll be turning 30. And I'm that person that I'm very open about my age. Actually, I like getting old. I enjoy getting old because when I look at an additional year in my life, I don't look at my physical self, even though I look at that too, because the more I get old, the more I look much more better. Uncle. Yes, but I look at the things that I have done, I look at the things I've gone through, I look at the mistakes I've made, the things I've learned, and I look at the growth game. And the growth game at this point is really tight. Personally, I can say that to myself. Sometimes it's good to really applaud yourself, you know. And at this point in my life, being the person that I know I was, I could not believe that turning 30, I would have achieved the things that I've achieved. So I'm very grateful to God first. I'm very grateful to my family and to my very loyal friends that I've had for almost 15 years in my life. Friends that have been there for me throughout. They know everything about me, and I've just known just those people in my life. So thank you all. So I have learned so many things in my 20s, and before I go into it, I just want to say this. I'll give you a summary of how my 20s looked like. From the early 20s to like mid 20s, it was crazy. I was that person that I didn't even know anything. Like, I just did things because people did them. I was not focused. I was just all over the place. And I was a mom. I was a young mom because I got pregnant at 20. So medically and scientifically, it's been proven that the brain fully develops when you are 25. That part of the brain that, you know, teaches you or tells you about consequences of your actions fully develops when you turn 25. Yes. So to me, when I look at that particular medical concept or scientific concept, I tend to believe in it a lot, because those early 20s in my life, I did not really think, like, I just did things. There were things that I did and I was like, I didn't even care about the consequences. I didn't even think about the consequences of some of my actions. But when I grew up and started getting into my late 20s, I was like, no, before I do something, I always take a step back and I think about the consequences. I think about how this is going to affect me personally, and also maybe the people around me and the environment as in general. So I really believe that. I know some people might be like, hello, I am 21, I am 22, I'm 23, I'm mature, I know what I'm doing. No, but this thing I'm telling you is actually true, and you will see it. There are people that have achieved so much in their early 20s. It does not mean that you are fully developed. Trust me. Anyway, so my early 20s were like, you know, like that, crazy, doing crazy stuff, making bad choices, making mistakes. And then my late 20s were like, wow, focus, finding myself, understanding so many things, making a better person of myself for myself and for the society, for my family, for my mother, and all that. So I'm gonna break down these lessons into 5 different categories. The first one is God, friendship, social life, my personality, and then family, and then career. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly talk about these 6 different lessons in these different aspects of my life that I have learned while in my 20s. I'm gonna start with God. Before, you know, it's not like ever since I was born I've been a Christian. I've been going to church, and from the day they took me to church till now, I'm a full-time Christian. I believe in God, I have faith in God, but I did not really understand the meaning of trusting and believing in God and having faith that God can actually do something to you, and He does it. I did not understand that. I'm not gonna lie. For example, when I went to church and maybe the preacher says, God is good, I knew that the response was gonna be all the time. You know, but God is good all the time has a meaning. That's just an example of what I'm telling you when I say I now understand. God is actually good all the time. I don't want to sit here and say I'm the best. No, I'm not. I'm not even close to a perfect Christian. I don't even read the Bible because I don't understand so many things. I depend solely on what people preach because I don't understand the Bible. The Bible is, you know, not everybody is gifted to understand the Bible. The most I do is pray, and very short, and sometimes I feel very guilty, but that's me. You know, God understands me, and that's me. So I'm not trying to say I'm the best Christian, but I've grown to understand the concept of God being present in your life, God manifesting in your life, and the power of prayers. No matter how short it is, no matter how long it is, I know that God answers prayers. So that's the first thing. The second thing I'm going to tell you, the second lesson I learned is about family. Personally, I grew up under a single mother, and my mom was like a dad and a mom at the same time. Trust me, that woman is a superwoman. I always refer to my mom as King. Like, I refer to her, even when I do public posts, I always write her name as King Esther, because she is as strong, and she gave us tough love. You know, there were times in my life that I was like, does my mom really like me like that? This kind of, the way she's beating me, the way she's whooping me, the way she shouts at me, the way she embarrasses me, does she really like me? Does she really love me like the way a mom loves their child? But I have grown to understand that everything she meant was for my own good. Everything is always meant for your own good. Our parents always mean well for us. But, and however, they are not always correct. Yes. They mean well with their ways. They mean well with their examples. They mean well with their warnings. They mean well with their beatings. But it does not necessarily mean that they are always correct. So I came to understand that parents too at some point are wrong, and at some point in life you have to stand on your feet as a person, as a grown-up, and make your own decisions against your parents, because your parent is like your role model. My mother is like my role. After God is my mother to me in this life. Like, she's my life. After God is my mother before my child. I won't even lie. Yes, because my mother is that person that I feel like I can never have another. Yes. So I grew up under that kind of situation where my mom had to do everything by herself for us. Everything. So she did some things that I looked at. When I looked at back then, I was like, you don't like me. But now when I look at, I was like, you meant well. I have two lessons that I learned from my mother, and that was what she always said throughout. She was like, I'm not rich. The best thing I can give you is your education. That's the best thing I'll give you. Yes, and that's why in my house, in this family, amongst the three of you, the least certificate that anybody will have in this house is a degree. From there, if you like, you want to stop, but everybody in this family must have a degree. The next lesson she taught me was always prepare for your retirement. Save. Back then, I did not understand those concepts, but now I understand. And family, I'll also talk about my siblings. Family is the most important thing in your life. Yes. I take my siblings, like, my siblings are very important to me, and we are just three of us. I have an elder sister who is a complete opposite of me. Like, if you see her, you will not believe that we are even related. People did not used to believe that we were related back then when we were growing up. And then I have a junior brother who is like a mixture of, he is like a balance between us, because I'm the crazy person, I'm the stubborn person, and my elder sister is the calm, like the ideal child, and then my brother is a mixture of both. You know, so that's the dynamic of our family. So I came to realize that family is the most important thing. They are the people that will give you the most genuine love. They are the people that will be there for you any and every time of the day. Yeah, so those are the people that have supported me all my life. The bad decisions that I make and the good decisions, I tell them everything, and they are always there. So I have learned that lesson about family. The next thing I'm going to tell you is friendship. What I learned about friendship. First of all, I learned that the friends that you had during your early years in life, especially when you started doing things, and I mean things, are the most loyal friends. Yes. My friends, the ones that I call my friends, are the ones that we have been friends for like 15 years. We have known each other for 10, 15 years. And those are the real MVPs when it comes to friendship. Another thing I learned about friendship is you must not hold on to friendship. They are seasonal friendships. There are people that you might have known when they were young or something like that. You grew up together. But because of the way you guys have grown up, your personalities have changed. You see things differently. Does not mean that you must hold on to that friendship. You can always let go. And letting go does not mean that you become enemies. Letting go just means you distance yourself from that person. They live their life, they mind their business. You live your life, you mind your business. It must not be ill. It must not be like a bad thing. You know, letting go of a particular friendship must not be a bad thing. You must not be in bad terms. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Okay? Yes. The last thing I learned about friendship is that it's loyalty. Yes. I have been very lucky all my life, and I've been very consistent with this particular statement. When it comes to friendship, I have been the most lucky person. I'm not the nicest person in the world. I'm not the most honest person. I'm not even nice. What are we saying here? You know, I have all those attributes that if you want to, I have them. But for some reason, God has blessed me with good friends that have been there for me. We have been there for each other. We have been loyal for as long as possible. So, and we have grown up to have almost the same personalities, or we are focused like that, or we think alike. So that's the next thing. That's the last thing that I learned about friendship. And then going now into career. You know, before, in my early years, I was just like, I always knew that when you go to school, what you learn in school is what you're supposed to be in the future. I was so fixated on the things that I learned in school. You know, being an art student, you go to university, you graduate with a bachelor's degree in art, you have to look for a job in that field. I was so stereotyped. You know, my mind was so mediocre, and I never thought about other things. I never knew that you can actually expand your mind and think about other things and try new things, especially when it comes to your career. But as I grew older, because of circumstances too as well, I had to find myself. I learned that what I studied in school was so useless, like it was complete useless, and I had to restart all over. So I learned that you can find yourself, you can find your passion, you can do something that is your passion and you still survive and make money out of it. You can do something that is completely out of your comfort zone and still survive with it. And I'm a clear example of that, because I was a complete art student. I'm an art student. Actually, I'm an art student from day one. But today, I'm a nurse. I'm a practicing nurse today. And I studied from art to science. It was not easy. The transition was not easy, but you know, just because I opened my mind, I was more versatile when it came to looking for a career path. It was not something that I really liked, but it was just something that could give me a stable lifestyle, and it worked. So what I'm saying is, I learned that you must always step out of your comfort zone. You must not be fixated. Don't just stay there because that's what you studied. I learned that in my 20s, and I'm very, very happy and proud of myself for that particular lesson, because it has been, you know, it has been a very good achievement for me in my life. The next category is my personality. This is unbelievable, but truthfully, my personality has changed over time. And I have found myself. I know the person that I am today. I am more confident. Not like I've not been very confident before. I have been very lucky during my school days to always be a part of the cool crowd. I don't know if you guys understand what the cool crowd means, but I've always been among the people the happening people. You know, my friends have always been from secondary school. I've always been with the noisemakers in class. You know, the talkative people in class, very out there, very outgoing. But inside of me, I was a shy person. Yes, inside of me, I was a shy person, and I was a shy person because I was not very confident of myself. And the only reason why I was out there at that time was because I liked walking in crowds. So when I have so many people around me that I just mix, and you know, I just mix myself inside of them, you don't really see the shyness. But when I'm left alone, you see how I begin to panic like that. But with time, I realized that that's not me. That's not my personality. I realized that I'm that person that I can do things alone. And right now, if you put me in front of a crowd of 10,000 people, I just need to know what I have to do in front of them. I will do it and make them have so much fun. I'm more confident now. That's what I'm saying. I'm more confident now. I am no more shy like that. Like, I just feel like I cannot get embarrassed. If you embarrass me, I laugh at myself. If I get embarrassed, I laugh at myself, and we get over with. It's not something that we'll do it over and over. And if you want to learn how not to be embarrassed in your life, learn how to laugh at your own mistakes. Okay, it works. Learn how to laugh at your own mistakes. So I have learned to be that person that even if I get to somewhere, maybe I have to make a speech and I make a grammatical error, I'll laugh at myself first, you know, and I'll remind the crowd that, did you guys just hear what I said? Like, that's a mess, you know. You laugh at yourself. That shows so much confidence. So my personality has changed. I am more calm now, and I'm more straightforward, like very outspoken. I've always been like that, of course. I say what I think and I think what I say. So that has changed, and I've finally gotten to know the kind of person that I am today. So that too is a lesson that I learned in my 20s. And the last part of this video, which is getting very long, is my social life. This one to me is the most important part of it, because I feel like especially in Africa, social life, I'll be talking about marriage, relationships, you know, dating and all that, sex and all that. In Africa, we always have this mentality that you have to get married at a particular age. The society, not even in Africa, the society pressures you to do all those things. And I was not under that kind of pressure. Trust me, I was never under that kind of pressure. But one thing that was always in my head was that when I get into a relationship, I always feel like no matter how long it takes for this person to propose or decide to get married to me, I always want to be in long-term relationships. That was what I always thought of myself. Like, I was that person that I used to be in very long-term relationships. Yes, I dip and I do, but I love relationships, yes, like that. But I came to realize that no, you have to learn. You must learn. If you're not maybe that person that likes to get married and settle down and do things, if you're like me, because the fact that I liked long relationships or long-term relationships did not mean that I wanted to get married. No, I just like to have that one person that I consider as very special, but I still like living my life. But after a while, that changed. I wanted to meet more guys. I wanted to date more people. I wanted to go on dates. I wanted to hook up. Yes, I'll be honest with you people, because I didn't really know anything much. I just knew that I had to. I have a boyfriend, you know. My sex life, I didn't really know much about sex. I was just like, okay, it's something that two people that I love do, but you know, there's more to it. Yeah, so I had to learn all these lessons in my 20s. And honey, dipping and doing, hunty here, I dipped, I did over and over and over, still dipping, still doing, and that one is never going to stop. Trust me, it can never change. Married, unmarried, single, divorced, whatever, it can never change. Yes, because that's just me. In fact, that's part of my personality. I like life, I like living life, I like having fun, and that's my own definition of fun. Having fun with people, dancing, drinking, doing the most, and hanging around my friends, doing things with people I love. So that's one thing I learned about my social life. I dated people, I made mistakes, made bad choices, dated the wrong people, and I'm happy because I learned from all those things. Heartbreaks, I had some of them. I had heartbreaks, you know, on the way. And yeah, I'm happy with the person that I am today. I'm happy with the mistakes I made. I'm happy with the lessons I learned. I'm happy with the growth game, and I'm happy with the person that I'm ending up with in my life today. So all in all, I just want to say I thank God for bringing me this far. I still have so many things that I want to do in the nearest future. We're talking about 5 to 10 years, not tomorrow, please, no pressure. Yes, but I thank God for bringing me this far. Thank God for my friends, my family, my subscribers, you guys. I am very grateful, and I hope that we continue to grow. I know that this channel is some type of way, but excuse me, I will dedicate time for this channel, trust me, and I'll be very, very consistent. In fact, I'm going to be like Kenna, because Kenna is my inspiration when it comes to consistency. In fact, all over YouTube, Kenna, check her out. She's a Cameroonian YouTuber. She's the most consistent person that I know from day one, heavily pregnant till today. That girl is a real MVP. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and see you in my next video. Stay pretty, stay slim, and always smile. Bye guys.